In this video, we will continue with the binomial theorem. You will find this on page 87 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Find the coefficients, that means the number before the variables, of x squared and x to the power of 3 in the expansion of 2 minus x to the power of 6. Okay. Now, remember, if I want to find the coefficients of these terms, then first get it in terms just like I did in the previous. So it's 6 over r, then it's 2, the first term, 6 minus r, the second term just r. Just simplify it then. Just like I did in the previous, and I'm getting this. So for the x term, we equate that. I must make it a bit bigger that you can see better. Okay, so basically, we're just going to say that it must be x2, so r is going to be 2. Then I put 2 in, and basically, it's just, I'm putting it in that step, in the front one, and I'm getting, so the coefficient is 240. Exactly the same here, then r is 3, I put it in, I work it out, and I get negative 160 is the coefficient. And now, find the coefficient of x3 in the expansion of. Now, take note, and this is very important in the binomial theorem, that you see if the first A don't help you in B. That's exactly the same. Now, this was a reason why they said x2 and x3. And there's a reason that this is just having a 1. Do you see? So, basically, if you have 3x, you basically are just going to work with this x2 and x3 because the rest of the terms you don't worry about. So, you're just going to take this one, you look at the front, with what will I multiply it, because the answer is x3. So if I have x1, with what will I multiply to get x3? I will multiply with an x2, and there comes the x2 that I need in the second bracket. If I have a 1, with what will I multiply to get an x3? And now, with this one, I will multiply with x3, and there comes the x3. So basically, I just need these two terms. Do you see? And this is what I do. I don't worry the front, the end. I'm just needing this two, because this times this will give me x3. This times this x3. I add it up, and the coefficient will be 560. Okay, so that's how you do it. So always look, if they give you an A and B, if A cannot help you in B, they help you to think in the correct way. Okay, I want you to stop the video, and I want you to do number 2, and I want you to do number 4. And again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, can you see it nice? Do you see all the coefficients? Look at the hints. Okay, and then I must make it smaller, otherwise I don't have space to write. Okay, let's start with number 2. Find the coefficient of x to the power 9. And what is my sum? It's 2x3 minus 1 over x2. And this is going to be to the power of 8. But they want it x9. Now, exactly just like I always do. Just use that formula. I just get my general formula in terms of r. And how do I do that? I'm just going to say 8 over r. So the r plus 1 term. Okay. And then I take my first term, and I subtract, so it's 8 minus r. And I take my second term, and I just take my r. And then I simplify. Okay. Now, this is 8r. And if I simplify, I break it up, the coefficients and the variables. So it's 8 minus r. And then it's x. Now, 3 times 8 is 24. Minus 3r. Now, break this one also up. take the -1 and give it its r. And then, don't forget, if you bring it up, it's x to the power -2. Don't forget that. And give it also its r. So what do I get? I get 8r, 2, and I'm bringing all the numbers in front. And then this was -1r, and then this one was x. Okay, now I cannot, it's unnecessary to put this. You could have do it in one, -2r. Okay, can you see? So it's going to be -5r. Do you see that? So that was really unnecessary. You could have put it in one step. Okay, but let's do the long road. Okay. So I always move all the numbers in front, the bases, and all the variables at the end, and I try to simplify it because it's terms, that's just what I want. Okay, now for the term in x9, so for the term x9, basically we equate. Basically, we're just going to say, can I just show you? We're going to say x, I know it's going to be 24 minus 5r, but I'm interested in x9. So the x's are the same, so it's 24 minus 5r is equal to 9. Let's just move this a little bit. Okay, let's move it up. So it's -5r, and that's 9 minus 24, and that's going to be 15. So therefore, -15, so -5r, it's again too long. So r will just be 3. That's what I'm interested in. And now I just substitute. Now I can always take it to the original one, or I can just skip it into this one. Okay. So basically, let's just take it into my green one. So I'm just going to say term containing x9, and it's just going to be, don't forget r is 3. So it's 8, 3, and then it's just 2. You could have taken it in the original, it's also right. I did it in the previous video in the original, so now the first term, this, but now I take it in this one. Okay, I have r. What is r? It's 3. -1, and it's 3, and it's x, and it's 24 minus 5, and it's 3. And then I move it up. Okay, and then I press on my calculator, 8 NCR 3, and I get 56. I prefer not to write that in brackets. It's too many brackets. Okay, this is 2 to the power of 5, which is 32. This is an odd number, so the sign will be negative. Okay, 1 to the power, anything stays 1. And this will be x, and this is 24 minus 15, so that will be 9. So if I multiply, I get 56, multiply 32, multiply -1, and that's -1792, and that's x to the power of 9. Okay, -17. So read the question, find the coefficient. Don't stop there. You're not correct if you stop there. So therefore, the coefficient is -1792, and that 9 and 2, and that is your final answer. Okay, let's look at number 4. Find the coefficient of x2 in the expansion. Okay, so now you must multiply that out, and then they want. So the second bracket only work out the x2 term and the constant term. Now why are they saying this? Okay, start first by writing it down, and you have to think a little bit. Okay, now the reason why, this is not the problem. The reason why is if I just want the term x2, so this is a 1, so I will just multiply it with the x2 term here to get x2, and this I will just multiply with the constant. So I just need the constant and the x2, and then I can multiply out, and then I will sit with that term. Okay, so but first I still want to have the constant, and I still want to have the x to the power 2. So I work with this bracket, correct. So I'm going to say, let's start. I'm going to work just with this bracket first. The r plus 1 okay, I'm going to work out that. So I'm going to say, let's just start here. I'm going to say SR, just like I did in the previous one. And then I'm going to take the first term, I'm just working with this bracket, the first term, and it's 6 minus R. And I take the second term, and it's just R. And now I simplify it. Okay, so it's 6, because I'm looking, I write it down. I want to work out x2 and constant. Constant is actually meaning x0. Don't forget, that's your plan. Okay, so if I'm now going to just make it x, 6 minus r, we'll take the 2 up, so it's 2 to the power negative 1, 6 minus r, and then it's negative 4 r, and then don't forget x minus 1, and then r. So it's going to be 6r. This is going to be x, 6 minus r. This is going to be 2. Now, this is going to be negative 6 plus r. So make it rather r, because positive r minus 6. And this is going to be negative 4r. And this is going to be x minus r. Okay. Now, if I simplify this, it's going to be 6r. Bring all your constants. Okay, now where is my this is constant, so I bring it in front. So it's going to be 2r minus 6 and negative 4 and r. But I'm looking for this, and I want to simplify actually this 2. This I want to make it one term. So basically, I'm just going to make x. So this is going to be 6 minus r, so it's going to be 6 minus 2r. And this is actually the term I was looking for. Because if I want to have the x, I'm actually saying for the term in x2, okay, what color will I use? I'm actually saying, I want to say is 6 minus, and I'll show you the whole step, because I'm looking for the 2, do you see? So therefore, the bases are the same. So therefore, I equate 6 minus 2r equals 2. So minus 2r equals 2 minus 6. So it's negative 4, divide negative 2. So therefore, r, it's going to be 2. It's negative 4 divided negative 2, so it's 2. Now I can just substitute it in here. So if I substitute it in there, so I'm going to make, so I'm still looking for this term. I'm just going to say, I substitute it now in there. So I'm going to say 6, 2, let's make it yellow. Okay, so it's 2. So it's going to be 2 minus 6, negative 4, 2, x, and this is going to be minus 4. So it's 6 minus 4, so it's going, doesn't matter. Okay, now 6, 2, so press 6, and that's 15. And then it's 2, negative 4. And this is negative 4 times negative 4, so it will give you 16. And this is going to give you x to the power of 2. So if I simplify this, this is going to be 16 over 16, and it's going to be 15. Do you see? This is going to cancel because it's 16 divided 16, so it's just going to be 15x2. Okay, and this was important. I wanted to look for this one. Okay, now for the 0 one. So I say for the term x0, or the independent, I just exactly the same. I just say x 6 minus 2r, and it's x0. You can go directly, but I just show you from where it comes. So 6 minus 2r equals 0, so minus 2r equals negative 6. So therefore r is free. And now I substitute it still in there. So I'm just going to say, what color will I use now? I just want to, okay, it's exactly, now I just put a free. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that I don't lose my space there. Okay, so let's make it just 6 free. Oh, it's a bit high. Okay. So it's exactly, but now it's just 3. So it's 2, and it's going to be 3 minus 6. Okay, can I show you where I'm working from? I think I must make it a bit smaller because I cannot see now. Okay. I'm working from that green. Do you see? I'm substituting it from here. Okay. So it's going to be, then it's going to be 2, and it's going to be 3 minus 6, and it's going to be negative 4, and it's going to be 3, and it's going to be x, and it's 6 minus 2, 3. So, okay, then you press on your calculator, 6 NCR 3, and I get 20, and I get 2 to the power of negative 3, and negative 4, you can put a bracket, negative 4, close the bracket, to the power 3, and it's negative 64. And don't forget that this will be 0, it's x0, so it will cancel out. Okay, so if you multiply, so this is 1 over 8, so it's actually, it's going to be 20 times that negative 64 divided by 8. And that's going to give you 160, but negative 160. Don't forget negative 160, because that becomes 1. Okay, so this is my constant term. Now I'm taking you again back, and maybe it's good that I make it a bit smaller, because I want to take you back. I was looking for 2 things there. I said you will, I'm going to draw a line. Usually in the exams, it's not good to write on the side, but for this video, just to see everything, I think it's going to help. So basically, it's that, let's just get my pen correct. So it's 1 plus x squared. And I said I only need 2 there. I just need my term, which was giving me the x squared, and that was 15x squared. And I just need my constant, and what was it? Was minus 160. Can you remember? So I can even make it pen, minus 160. Okay, the rest I don't worry. So if I multiply this, I'm going to get 15x squared, and if I multiply this, I'm going to get minus 160x squared. Because that is the terms I will work with. And if I'm pressing that on my calculator, or I can just think it out, don't even have to press, it's going to be negative 145x squared. But read the question again. What did the question? Did they ask the term, or did they ask the coefficient? Find the coefficient. So if you stop there, you're not correct. So therefore, the coefficient is -145. Okay, and that's how you do it.